opportunities during this lockdown. There are a lot of questions for all of us if there is something changed in terms of how interviews happen during this lockdown. In this video, I'm going to take you through a few points that will be helpful for you to prepare yourself to attend a face-to-face interview. Right? Maybe the mode of interview has changed from being an in-person interview to an online interview. So there are advantages or there are disadvantages for both the candidate and the employer. But then the parameters or the expectations from a candidate remains the same. So I thought this video would help you out in terms of cracking out to get your dream job. The very first thing is any interview, interviews. The expected question is tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. The typical answer that we get is starting from telling our name, then our schooling, then our college. Basically reading out your resume. So to be different, to create that difference, it'll be good if you really do not read out your resume. Rather talk about yourself so that any questions over it you will be able to justify it. Right? So for example, you talking about where the school that you studied or the college that you graduated from might not be relevant for the other person. Right? So you can always tell about your accomplishments, probably how did you get into your first job, how did you graduate to the current job that you are into, or what are the skill sets that you've got, what are the accomplishments that you've done during the projects that were given to you. So those are the things that would make the interviewer listen to you, right? And one very important thing is you talking more relevance. Relevancy is very, very important in terms of attending an interview, right? So you should be very clear in what is the interview that you're attending for, and you should talk in terms to that particular interview or the role that you're attending for, right? So you have a resume and you have a skill set. That is when they have called you for a discussion, right? So you should correlate your skill set and the expected skill set so that that makes sense for the any interview, let it be a HR fraternity or the business individual, that gives them an interest to hear from you further, right? So the first very important thing is talking relevancy when they ask you tell me about yourself. Probably you can add on your personal accomplishments and about your family a very little bit at the end of the conversation. The second important thing that I thought was being either stressful or being more lethargic during interviews, or I can call it like being chilled out, not showing your stress to the interviewer, right? So basically you will have to find that right balance of not showing yourself too much stressful or not showing yourself too much chilled out, right? So you should be very much focused on what is the question and what is the answer or the justification that you're giving to the question, right? So for people who are generally tend to be stressful, you can always think that okay, this is an opportunity that I've got, let me give my best. Do not think what will the other person think about or what is the question, because never we would know what is going to be the result before we take up the discussion, right? So for people who are thinking that being chilled out or not showing your stress would be an add-on, that might be an advantage at times, that might become a disadvantage at many other times, right? So you should basically be focused on the answers rather and finding the right balance between being stressed and not being too much stressed. The next important thing or an expected question during the interview is talking about our strengths. While talking about strengths, it should be justifiable by the inner you. It shouldn't like just be in a flow, right? For example, I see people telling I'm honest or I'm trustworthy. So being being on the hiring side, if I'm hiring 100 individuals, I would look for all the 100 individuals to be honest and trustworthy, right? It's like I have two legs and I can walk. What is the difference that you make there, right? So how long can you walk with those two legs, and how fast can you walk or how fast can you run is what that will make a difference for you while talking about your strengths. For example, for an art gallery interview, you present yourself there, asking, give me a piece of clay and I can make a rabbit doll, or give me a piece of clay and I can make a doll that you prefer. These both statements itself has a lot of differences, right? Thinking from your inner self and thinking from what you will be able to deliver will definitely make your strengths. The next thing is talking about our areas of improvement, right? Usually we tell it as weaknesses, but to avoid having that negative insights, we always tell that we can always call it as areas of improvement, right? Areas of improvement should be more on the professional front, rather telling I'm short-tempered or I'm sensitive might have a different impact on the interviewer, right? So nobody would want probably people can tolerate, but nobody would want a highly short-tempered person or a highly sensitive person, which might impact their business as well, right? So while talking about areas of improvement, it can be towards your professional front, where you will have to learn a new skill, or the learning pace that you've got, or the time that you take to learn that particular skill, the time that you take to clear your tasks, right? So those are the areas that you'll have to cover, which will be ultimately, so when you talk about your professional areas of improvement, that will eventually talk about your strengths as well, whether you're being honest there or whether you're not being honest there. Very important because this is going to be a yes or no trigger for the interview that you're attending to take up your dream job, right? So the answer should be compelling, not just justifying, because only when the answers are compelling, it will have the focus of the interviewer towards you, right? So what is the answer that you would give in the place of, I'm hiring 100 individuals, I should, with the same skill set, what is the difference that you would make with this answer to hire you, right? For example, you talk to a tomato seller and you tell him, I be the 11th tomato to your bunch of 10 tomatoes, right? Probably, definitely, yes, there will be a value add, but what is the difference that you make? So you cannot be an onion, because that will become irrelevant to the role that you are applying for, right? You should have an answer that is relevant to the job role that you're applying for. So search for the answer and please leave a comment on the answer for the relevant job role that you're currently into. The best comment will receive a shout out in our next video. Hope you all liked the inputs in this video. The 5 points would be tell me about yourself, the balance in handling stress interviews, talking about your strengths, talking about your areas of improvement, and the very important thing of telling a right answer which is compelling for the other interviewer to hire you.